Hello everyone, Carolyn here with another tutorial. Today I will be showing you my own original design, and this design is called Madison Avenue. And I'd like to give credit to Looming Roach for the stitch that you see here on the side. This is unique to most of her designs. So a big thank you to Looming Roach for showing us all your unique looming technique and letting us incorporate it. Alright, so today you will need 6 to 7 different color bands, and this version is the 6 colored, this version is the 7 colored, and the only difference is the blue and purple Persian that you see right here, and then the gold. Of course, I used the black Persian throughout on this one, and then I alternated the colors on this one. And this is the version that I'll be doing today, the 7 color version. You will need 3 looms, each set up in the standard configuration and attached together. So from your center pin bar, you're going to go up at an angle, and then across, down at an angle, and then up at an angle. You'll need your C-clip and of course your hook. And so without further ado, let's get started. Starting on that center pin bar, I'm going to work up to the left, across, down to the left, and then up to the left. And I'll work a couple up the side with you, if it'll stay on camera. Alright, and then on the right hand side you just want to mirror image that, so up to the right, across, down to the right, it untwisted band, here we go, up to the right. And then I'll go up a couple with you, and then I'll leave you, and then I'll come back and show you how to close it up. If you're making a full wrap bracelet, I do suggest you go up both loom lengths, all the way up. That's what I did for both of these, and it seems to fit me pretty well. Alright, so I'm going to go off screen, finish that up to the end, and then I'll be back to show you how to close. Alright everybody, so I've made it to the end of my loom, and to close we're simply going to go down to the right, up to the right, across, and then down to the right. I'm going to do the same thing, just mirror image on the other side. So down to the left, up to the left, across, and then down to the left. Alright, so now we're ready for our next band placement step. And that will be the X's going up both sides in the middle, and those are the white ones on that one and the purple ones on this one. Okay, so we're working with the 3rd and the 4th and the 6th and the 7th pin bars, just making a standard X all the way up the loom, starting with your 3rd pin going up at an angle to the 4th, then going back over that and creating your X. And you always want to start from your 3rd pin bar and work up at an angle to the 4th pin bar, all the way up until the end. Now at the very end, I'm going to jump back in and show you, because we're going to reverse that process. And that just makes it easier when you start to loom. But on the right side, you want to start with the 7th pin bar and work your way into the 6th. If I can get my bands to behave. There we go. Okay, then just cross that and work your way up, creating those X's. Alright, I'll do a couple more with you, and then I'll go off screen and finish that up until I get to the end, and then I'll show you what I meant when I said we were going to reverse it at the end. Alright guys, so here's where I'm going to leave you. Just work your way up and then stop when you get up here, and I'll show you how to lay that last X, and then we'll be ready to move on to our next step. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. So I'm at the end of my loom. So instead of laying from the 3rd to the 4th first, what I want to do is lay from the 4th going up at an angle to the 3rd, just simply reversing the X pattern that we've been doing all the way up the loom. So that's what we do on the left, and we reverse it again on the right. So go from your 6th to your 7th, and then from your 7th to your 6th, just reversing the X's. Okay. Alright, so for our next band placement step, we're going to be working with the 4th, 5th, and 6th pin bars, and we're going to be creating these V's, I guess, V's, W's, all the way up. So that's the silver on that one, and then the octopus on that one. Alright, so what we're going to start by doing is working on our, oh, let me get back on screen, is starting on our 5th pin bar. And so we're going to be working up at an angle, going a long stretch up to the 4th pin bar. Okay, and then mirror that on the opposite side. Basically, it's going to be a V and then an arrow. So you want to go back to your 4th pin bar with a long stretch up to the 5th pin bar. And then from the 6th to the 5th with the long stretch. So see, there's the V, and then there's the arrow. So again, we've just placed the arrow, so we want to go back and do our V. And then we want to go back and do another arrow. I'll do a few with you, and then I'll go off and finish up. So we just placed our arrow, so now we want to place another V. So working from that 5th pin bar out to the 4th, and then from the 5th out to the 6th. Now time for our arrow again. So we work from the 4th up to the 5th, and from the 6th up to the 5th. So now we do another V. We get 2. On a long stretch up, long stretch up. Okay, I'll do a couple more with you, and then I'm going to leave you. So we just finished our V, so now we're going to do our arrow, and that's from the 4th pin bar up to the 5th, the long stretch, from the 6th pin bar up to the 5th, long stretch. And so now it's time that we do our V again. So from the 5th pin bar up to the 4th, 5th pin bar up to the 6th. And just keep in mind, if you just finished a V, then you have to do an arrow. But every single peg should have arrows going one direction or the other. Okay, so here's where I'm going to leave you. I'll finish that up all the way to the end, and then I'll be back for my next step. If you're confused, please just rewind and then catch up with us when you're done with that. Okay, be right back, guys. Alright everybody, I'm back, and hopefully your loom looks like this all the way to the end. So your last one should be a V. Okay, and so we're ready for our next step. And our next step is going to be to place these caramel Persians that you see right here along the edge. And those are the pinks over there on this one. Alright. And so what we're going to do is a simple zigzag from the 1st to the 2nd pin bar, working our way up the loom, just zigzagging back and forth. So we're going to start right there, from the 1st to the 2nd, from the 2nd to the 1st, just zigzagging up the loom. And I'll do a few with you and leave you, because that's a pretty easy band placement step. Alright, then I'll show you on this side. So you want to start with your 8th pin bar and work down to your 9th, and then work up, just zigzagging all the way up to the end of the loom. Do 1 or 2 more with you, and then I'm going to leave you. Alright guys, I'm going to leave you right here. I got confidence in you that you can make it the rest of the way up. If you are confused, please just rewind and catch back up with us. But I'll be back in just a second when I'm at the end of the loom. Alright everybody, I'm back, and hopefully your loom looks like this till the end of the loom. And now we're ready for our next band placement step, which on this one will be the black Persians. And on this one, it is the blue and purple pearl, the blue dual layer, and then the hot pink and orange. I think that's what it is right there. Okay, so I said I was going to be doing the 7 colors. So if you're doing the 6, you just want to use 1 color and zigzag all the way up the loom. If you're going to be using 2, you want to start off with your first color and go up at a diagonal, and then just do a zigzag, alternating colors all the way up the loom. So that should be pretty easy. Just remember to zigzag the colors if you want the 7 color version versus the 6. Alright, do a couple more with you on this side, then I'll jump over to the other side and show you what to do on that side. Alright, so again, taking your alternating colors and working from your 7th pin bar up to the 8th at an angle, and then just working the zigzag all the way up the loom. Just remember to alternate your colors. Well, that one don't want to go on there right. There we go. Usually I fiddle with them when I go off screen because I have OCD, so it bothers me when they're not laying properly. Alright guys, so just complete this all the way up the loom to the end, and then we'll be back with your next band placement step. Be right back. Alright everybody, I'm back, and hopefully your loom looks like this all the way to the end. So we have one more band placement step, and then we'll be placing our cap bands and ready to loop. On this bracelet, it is the brown inside right there. Kind of hard to see them. That's on that one. And on this one, it is the blue and pink pearl. Right there, the hot pink pearl and blue. Okay. So basically what we're going to do is just work a single chain up the 2nd and the 8th pin bar all the way up to the end. So I'll do a few with you and then leave you because that's a very simple basic step or band placement, however you want to word it. They're not cooperating again. I hate it when they do that. Okay. So again, just working a single chain all the way up the 2nd, and then a single chain all the way up the 8th. Aha. Alright guys, I'm going to go off cam, finish that up, and I'll be right back. Just continue that all the way to the end of the loom. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, hopefully your loom looks like this all the way up. And so now it's time to turn it around. I'm going to go ahead and move these out of the way. And now it's time to place our capping bands. So we want to place a triple cap on the center peg, on the 2nd peg, and on the 8th peg. So I'm going to start off here on the 8th, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, come right off. 1, 2, 3. All right, and then you want to place a triple cap band on each of your V's and arrows all the way up, including the very end. So I'm going to do 1 or 2 with you, and then I'm going to go off cam and finish that up. 2, 3, and there are lots of different ways to do the capping bands. It's just however you prefer, whatever your preference is. So I'll do 1 or 2 more with you, and then I'm going to leave you, and I'll come back when I'm done with that, and then we'll be ready to loom onto the fun part. Okay, so here's where I'm going to leave you. Just continue doing that the rest of the way up, and I'll be right back. Alright everybody, I'm back, and hopefully you've got your cap bands placed all the way to the end, and it's time to start looming. So what you want to do is go in the center pin bar and grab that band, go one peg up, grab that band, bring it back to its home post, go back in that same band and bring the next one down. Now you want to go down one and pick up that band, bring it back to its home post, and bring the next one back to its home post. Now you want to go back up a peg and grab that band and bring it back to its home post. Grab the next one and bring it back. Now you want to go a peg down from where you were just at and grab those 2 remaining bands and take them back to their home post. Now you want to go 2 pegs up from where you just worked from. So 1, 2. Go in and grab that top band, bring it back to its home post, and then go down 1 and take the next 2 bands back to their home post. Alright, so you want to go 2 pegs up. That's 1, 2. Grab that band, bring it back down to itself. Grab the next one, bring it down to itself, and then go down a peg and take those 2 bands up to their corresponding home post. And go 2 pegs up. 1, 2. Oh, and my cat band has come off. I'll fix that. Gotta love those on-camera mishaps. Okay, come on, cooperate. Sorry, I know my hands are in the way, guys. I'm just trying to get this cat band back on. Okay, so now we go back into that same peg and take that next band back to its home post. Okay, then go down 1, take those back to their corresponding home post. I'm going to do it one more time with you, and then I'm going to go off and finish up. So you want to go 2 up from where you were just at. Go in, grab that top band, bring it down to its home post. Go back in, grab that next band, bring it back to its home post. Go 1 down from where you were just pulling from, and pull those bands back to their corresponding home posts. Alright, so I'm going to leave you here and finish up. If you're confused or lost, please just rewind and then catch back up with us when we're on our next step. So I'll be back in just a second. Alright everybody, I'm back, and hopefully your loom looks like this all the way to the end. Okay, so it's time for our next looming step. And in that step, we're going to be working with the 2nd and 3rd pin bar and the 6th and the 7th pin bar. We'll start on my left. You simply want to go inside that cat band, grab that top band, and pull it back to itself. And then grab your next band from the cat band and pull it back to itself. And then go in that peg, pull it back to itself, and then you're going to simply repeat that same process. So pulling 1 forward, going in and pulling that diagonally to the right, if my hook will get there. Okay, then going in that same peg and pulling that one back to its home peg. So I'll do it a couple more times, and then I'll jump to the other side and show you. I'm going to go forward, go back in that same peg, get that diagonal band and take it to the right, and then go in and grab that diagonal band and pull it to the left. Then go up, to the right. So basically you're working a regular zigzag stitch, but you just got to remember to add that straightforward band. Alright, on the right side, do the same thing, just mirrored image. So you go in, grab that band, pull it to its corresponding home post, take that one out to its corresponding home post, and then that one. You're going to go forward again, whoop, 1 band, forward, and go back in and grab that diagonal band, pull it back to its home post, grab the next diagonal band, pull it back to its home post, and forward, and then the zigzag. Ooh, doo doo doo. And then forward, and then the zigzag. Ooh, wrong band. Get back on there. and the zigzag. All right, I'm going to leave you right here, and then I'll be right back. All right, everybody, I'm back, and hopefully your loom looks like this all the way to the end. And I've zoomed in quite a bit because I want to show you. I don't know if I've ever seen this before, so I'm not claiming credit to it, but anyway, this is the first time I'm seeing it. I want you to go in and take off this top band and then just drop it to the side, working all the way up the second pin bar. And if somebody's seen this, please let me know so I can give credit to whoever did this, but I don't know. Anyway, just taking that top band and bringing it over. All the way up. And then you want to do the same thing on the 8th pin bar. Just go in and lift that top band off that 8th pin bar, making sure to take it off of the peg, laying it on the other side. Okay, I'm almost done, so just bear with me if you're quicker than me. Okay, all right, so now that we've done that, we're ready for our next looming step. And we're going to be working with our 1st and 2nd and 8th and... Oh, hold on just a second. I'm going to pause you and zoom back out because I don't need to be this close now. So just bear with me just a second. Okay, now I'm back. Last time I did that off on screen, it felt like, I don't know, maybe a small earthquake or something. All right, so we're just working the zigzags back to their home post. All the way up the loom on the 1st and 2nd pin bar. Get on there. Okie dokie, simple, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All the way up that side. And then you want to repeat that on the 8th and the 9th. Just going in the 8th pin bar and looping everything to the outside peg. And go up. Alright, I'm going to grab this last one and pull it back, and then I'm going to leave you. That's pretty easy peasy. Alright, so I'll be right back, guys. Alright, everybody, so hopefully your loom looks like this. And we're just about done. We got one more step on the 1st and the 2nd pin bar, and then off to our X's, and then the perimeter. Okay, so on this step, we're going to be working with the 1st and the 9th pin bar. And we're simply going to go in and grab those 2 bottom bands and bring them up over the pin bar. This is Looming Roach's technique, the one that I gave credit to at the beginning of the video. So, you just always want to go in, grab the bottom 2, take them up and over, making sure just to grab those bottom 2. Except for... I'm going to do the left side with you all the way up, and then I'll leave you and do the right side, because it's the same thing, just mirrored image. But on this last one, it's only going to be 1 band. So just take that and push it over. Alright, so do the same thing on the opposite side, and I'll be right back. Alright, everybody, so hopefully your loom looks like that all the way up with that Looming Roach step done. Now, we're going to loop a portion of the perimeter and stop. So we're going to go into the center pin bar, grab that top band, loop it back to its home peg, and then what we want to do is go ahead and grab that X, that top band of the X, and pull it over. Okay, and then we're going to go in and grab that perimeter and then pull it over. And then go in and pull that X back to itself. Okay, I'm sorry if my hand was in the way. I should have done that left-handed. Go in, pull it down, then you want to grab that top band. So go in, grab that top band, and go ahead and pull it back to its home peg, and go in and grab the perimeter band, and pull it out to its home peg, and then pull that X forward. And what I like to do is pause right there and just go ahead and loom the rest of the perimeter all the way out. That way when I get done with the X's, all I got is 2 straight lines. I know that sounds silly. But... Okay, so now you want to start with your bottom X band, grabbing that bottom band and pulling it back to the corresponding home post, and then simply doing your X's all the way up. Always grabbing the bottom band first. I'm going to finish this left-handed. Maybe y'all can bear with the slowness. And here's a question I ponder to you. Do you prefer seeing it in left and right? Is it easier for the left-handeds to see a left-handed example? Or does it not really matter as long as you have clear instructions? Because it really is easier for me with my left hand and a lot quicker. But I am willing to do it both ways if you're willing to bear with the slowness of the looping with my left. Okay, so I'll leave you here on the left. And then again grabbing that bottom band, that bottom X band, and pulling it back to its home peg all the way up the loom. Get on there. Oh, I grabbed a whole mess of bands. All right, artesian looms. That's one of your southern words you got to get. Mess of bands. All right, so I'll leave y'all here, and I'm going to finish up, and I'll be right back as soon as that's done. All right, everybody, and so hopefully your loom looks like this all the way to the end. And now we're ready for our perimeter. And what we're going to do is go in and just simply pull all of those perimeter bands back to their corresponding home post. And I'm just going to do 4 on each side. Then I'll be back to show you how to close, and then we'll be ready to take it off. Finally! Put all that work into it, and you just can't wait to see how it turns out. How the colors jump against each other and play against each other. Inevitably, I always see something I wish I would have changed, though. I guess that's just your everyday loomer. Okay, guys, here's where I'm going to leave you. Just keep on doing that all the way to the end, and I'll be right back to show you how to close it. All right, everybody, so hopefully you've got the chains all the way up to the top, and you want to go inside the left side first, looping each perimeter band back to their corresponding home post. Just the easy peasy lemon squeezy of following it all the way around. And that's another question I ponder to you. Most of you loomers out there, would you prefer to have the video just say work the perimeter all the way around, or would you prefer me to come back and show you the closing steps of each bracelet? Just, you know, let me know what you think, because that could cut down on some of the filming time and stuff like that. But if you need it, I'm willing to do it. So just let me know, what would you prefer? Okay, so now what you want to do is go ahead and grab you another band and pull it through. Get on there. So says it's I. And then I gotta get my C-clip. I didn't have one out of the bag. Sorry if you hear it rattling. I didn't get one out. Okay. Then just pop your C-clip on it. And then again, I do recommend pulling it off of the loom from the sides. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull it off, and I'll be right back to show you our finished bracelet. Alright, everybody, I've gotten mine pulled off the loom, and it looks like this. So hopefully yours looks something like this. And I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial on the Madison Avenue bracelet. Again, this is my own original design with Looming Roach's stitch incorporated into it. All right, so if you're not following me on Instagram, I would love for you just to go ahead and give me a follow. And let me see if I can get, there's my account. And so there's the Madison. All right. So there I am. I'd love for you to give me a follow on Instagram. Also, if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would love for you to do so. And so that's pretty much it for today. If you have any comments, please leave them below. If you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. And until next time, Loom on. See you later.